Nobody expected the night to explode like this. What started as a normal conversation between Jenny and Sumit suddenly turned into complete chaos. Jenny had sacrificed everything for this relationship. She left America, moved to India, fought against family pressure, public criticism, and years of emotional drama just to stay beside Sumit. But now another shocking secret was about to destroy everything they had built together. The episode opened with Jenny sitting quietly inside the apartment while rain poured outside. The atmosphere already felt tense. She kept checking her phone over and over again while waiting for Sumit to return home. Earlier that day, Jenny had received screenshots from a friend claiming that Sumit was secretly talking to another woman again. At first she didn't want to believe it because she had already forgiven Sumit for so many lies in the past. But this time something felt different. The fear in her eyes was impossible to hide. Jenny admitted during her confessional interview that she was emotionally exhausted. She said every time she started trusting Sumit again, another shocking situation appeared and destroyed her peace. According to Jenny, she was tired of constantly defending Sumit while feeling embarrassed in front of everyone around her. She even questioned whether she truly knew the real Sumit anymore. Moments later, the apartment door finally opened and Sumit walked inside acting completely normal, but Jenny's cold expression immediately told him something was wrong. Without saying a word, she placed her phone on the table and showed him the screenshots. Sumit's face instantly changed. He tried to stay calm, but viewers could clearly see the panic in his eyes. Jenny asked him directly if he was secretly planning another marriage behind her back. For a few seconds, Sumit stayed silent, and that silence made the situation even worse. Jenny became emotional and reminded him about all the pain she had already suffered because of his lies in the past. She told him she gave up her entire life for him and couldn't survive another betrayal. Sumit finally tried defending himself by saying the messages were misunderstood and claimed he was only speaking to someone connected to his family. But Jenny wasn't buying it anymore. Her voice became louder as she accused Sumit of hiding important details from her again. The argument quickly became explosive. Neighbors reportedly started noticing the shouting coming from inside the apartment while cameras captured every uncomfortable second. Jenny then made a shocking statement that completely changed the atmosphere. She warned Sumit that if she discovered he was secretly involved in another marriage situation, she would seriously consider taking legal action against him. Sumit looked completely stunned after hearing the word police. He tried calming Jenny down, but she refused to listen. According to Jenny, she was done being treated like a fool. She said she had protected Sumit for years while receiving nothing except stress, lies, and emotional pain in return. The tension kept growing as Sumit attempted to explain himself, but every explanation only made Jenny angrier. She accused him of acting suspicious for weeks and claimed his behavior had completely changed recently. Jenny even revealed that Sumit had been hiding phone calls and leaving the apartment alone late at night without properly explaining where he was going. That revelation shocked fans because it suddenly made the secret marriage rumors feel much more believable. Sumit denied everything and insisted he still loved Jenny, but his nervous body language was making the situation worse. At one point, Jenny broke down in tears and said she felt humiliated once again. She questioned how many more secrets were waiting to be exposed. The emotional scene quickly became one of the most talked about moments among viewers because nobody expected their relationship to fall apart this badly again. As the argument reached its peak, Jenny grabbed her bag and threatened to leave the apartment for the night. Sumit desperately followed her, begging her to calm down before making any decisions. But Jenny looked completely heartbroken and emotionally drained. Right before the episode ended, producers showed a dramatic preview teasing an even bigger confrontation involving shocking phone records and a mysterious woman connected to Sumit's family. The final few seconds left fans completely speechless because Jenny was seen telling producers that this could finally be the end of her relationship with Sumit forever. The next morning, the tension inside the apartment was even worse. Jenny barely slept the entire night, and according to her, she kept replaying every suspicious moment from the past few months inside her head. Cameras showed her sitting alone in the kitchen drinking coffee while Sumit stayed silent in the other room. Nobody was speaking. The atmosphere felt cold, awkward, and emotionally broken. Jenny admitted she felt completely lost because she no longer knew what was true and what was another lie. She said the hardest part was realizing that every time she trusted Sumit again, another shocking problem suddenly appeared and destroyed their relationship all over again. A few minutes later, producers asked Sumit directly if he was hiding anything from Jenny, but instead of giving a clear answer, he looked nervous and avoided eye contact. That reaction immediately raised more suspicions among viewers. Sumit claimed he loved Jenny deeply and insisted he would never intentionally hurt her, but his explanation sounded weak and uncertain. Jenny eventually walked into the room holding her phone again and demanded the truth once and for all. She told Sumit she was tired of half answers and emotional manipulation. According to Jenny, she deserved honesty after everything she sacrificed for him. The situation became even more intense when Jenny revealed she had secretly spoken to someone connected to Sumit's family the previous night. That person allegedly hinted that Sumit had recently been under pressure from relatives to think about marriage and family expectations again. Hearing that completely shattered Jenny emotionally. She immediately accused Sumit of allowing his family to control his decisions behind her back. Sumit quickly denied planning another marriage, but he also admitted that his family never fully accepted his relationship with Jenny. That confession only made Jenny angrier because she believed he was still hiding important details from her. She reminded Sumit about the pain she went through during his first secret marriage scandal years ago and said she could never survive another betrayal like that again. The argument exploded once more when Jenny asked to see Sumit's recent call history. At first he hesitated, and that hesitation instantly made the situation look worse. Jenny's voice started shaking with anger as she accused him of deleting messages and hiding conversations. Sumit finally handed over the phone, but Jenny noticed several unknown numbers repeatedly appearing late at night. She demanded to know who they belonged to. Sumit claimed they were connected to family matters, but Jenny wasn't convinced anymore. She believed something much bigger was happening behind her back. During her emotional confessional interview, Jenny admitted she was beginning to feel like an outsider in Sumit's life again. She said she had spent years trying to build trust with him, but now everything felt fake and unstable. According to Jenny, she couldn't keep living in constant fear of discovering another devastating secret. Meanwhile, Sumit started becoming frustrated himself. He complained that no matter what he said, Jenny no longer believed him. He insisted he was trying to save their relationship, but admitted the pressure from both his family and Jenny was destroying him emotionally. Still, viewers noticed that Sumit continued avoiding direct answers whenever producers asked specific questions about the mysterious woman and the late-night calls. That only increased the drama surrounding the situation. Later in the episode, Jenny shocked everyone by contacting a local legal advisor to understand her rights if she discovered Sumit had lied to her again. She explained that she wasn't trying to ruin his life, but she needed to protect herself emotionally and financially after everything she had already endured. When Sumit found out about the legal consultation, he became visibly panicked. He begged Jenny not to involve police or legal authorities because it could completely destroy his relationship with his family and damage his reputation publicly. But Jenny responded with one cold statement that stunned viewers. She said she was done protecting people who continuously hurt her. The emotional weight of that moment completely changed the tone of the episode. For the first time in a long time, fans saw Jenny looking truly ready to walk away forever. Toward the end of the episode, producers teased another shocking twist. A woman connected to Sumit's relatives was reportedly preparing to meet Jenny face-to-face and reveal information that could completely expose what had really been happening behind closed doors. The preview ended with Jenny crying while saying she feared the entire relationship might have been built on lies from the very beginning. The episode returned with one of the most uncomfortable moments viewers had seen in a long time. Jenny sat nervously inside a small cafe waiting for the mysterious woman connected to Sumit's family. Her hands were shaking and producers could immediately tell she was emotionally overwhelmed. According to Jenny, she felt like her entire future depended on whatever she was about to hear next. After everything she had already survived with Sumit, she feared another shocking truth was waiting to destroy her completely. A few moments later, the woman finally arrived, and the atmosphere instantly became tense. Jenny tried staying calm, but her face showed pure anxiety. The woman explained that she knew people close to Sumit's family and had recently heard conversations involving pressure about marriage, reputation, and family expectations. Although she never directly claimed Sumit was secretly married again, she hinted that discussions about arranging his future had been happening privately for months. Hearing that completely devastated Jenny. She looked shocked and struggled to hold back tears while listening carefully to every word. According to the woman, Sumit's family still believed his relationship with Jenny was embarrassing and unstable. She claimed some relatives wanted him to move on completely and start a proper life that would satisfy traditional expectations. Jenny immediately became emotional because it confirmed the exact fears she had been carrying inside for years. She admitted she always felt like she was fighting a battle she could never truly win. Meanwhile, cameras showed Sumit alone at the apartment, anxiously waiting for Jenny to return. He admitted during his interview that he feared everything was spiraling out of control. Sumit claimed he never wanted Jenny to feel betrayed again, but also confessed he was exhausted from constantly being trapped between his family and his relationship. Still, viewers noticed he continued avoiding the main question about why he kept hiding conversations and acting suspicious recently. When Jenny finally returned home later that evening, the confrontation exploded immediately. She walked into the apartment looking emotionally broken and demanded the full truth from Sumit one last time. Her voice was shaking as she accused him of allowing his family to secretly plan his future while she continued sacrificing everything for him. Sumit tried calming her down and insisted nobody could force him into another marriage, but Jenny interrupted him before he could finish. She screamed that she no longer trusted anything coming out of his mouth. The emotional intensity inside the apartment became overwhelming. Jenny reminded Sumit about every painful lie from the past and said she felt humiliated for staying loyal while constantly being made to look foolish. At one point she broke down crying and asked a heartbreaking question that silenced the entire room. She asked Sumit if he ever truly loved her or if she had simply become a temporary rebellion against his family. Even Sumit looked emotionally crushed after hearing that. He insisted his love for Jenny was real and begged her not to throw away everything they had built together. But Jenny's anger had reached another level. She accused him of emotionally manipulating her for years while secretly keeping one foot inside his family's expectations the entire time. The situation became even more shocking when Jenny revealed she had started considering leaving India permanently if the truth became worse than she expected. Sumit looked terrified after hearing that because he realized their relationship might actually be ending for real this time. Producers then asked Jenny directly whether she still wanted to marry Sumit after everything happening around them. Her response stunned viewers completely. Jenny said she honestly didn't know anymore. She admitted she still loved him deeply, but love alone was no longer enough to survive endless lies, secrets, and emotional pain. The episode reached its most dramatic moment near the end when Jenny suddenly received another message on her phone during filming. Her expression instantly changed. Producers asked what happened, but Jenny stayed silent for several seconds while staring at the screen. Sumit looked nervous immediately. Then Jenny slowly revealed that someone had just sent her new information connected to Sumit's recent late-night meetings. The producers ended the episode right there with dramatic music playing while Sumit looked completely panicked beside her. The final preview teased that the next confrontation could expose the biggest secret of their entire relationship and possibly end everything forever. The episode continued exactly where the shocking cliffhanger ended. Jenny sat frozen while staring at the message on her phone, and Sumit's nervous expression immediately made viewers feel something serious was about to happen. Producers repeatedly asked Jenny what the message said, but for several seconds she stayed completely silent. The tension inside the apartment became unbearable. Finally, Jenny looked directly at Sumit and asked him one terrifying question. She demanded to know why he had been meeting someone late at night without telling her. Sumit instantly denied hiding anything suspicious, but his voice sounded shaky and uncertain. Jenny then revealed that the message included photos showing Sumit speaking privately with a woman near a family friend's house only days earlier. The room went silent. Sumit looked completely stunned that someone had taken pictures of him. Jenny's anger exploded immediately. She accused him of humiliating her once again after everything they had already survived together. According to Jenny, she felt emotionally destroyed because every new revelation made it harder to believe anything Sumit said anymore. Sumit desperately tried explaining the situation. He claimed the meeting was connected to family discussions and insisted nothing romantic happened. But Jenny interrupted him before he could continue. She screamed that she was tired of excuses and tired of hearing half-truths every single time another secret got exposed. Her voice cracked with emotion as she reminded him how many years she had wasted defending him while constantly getting hurt in return. The argument became so intense that even producers stepped back and allowed the cameras to continue rolling from a distance. Jenny accused Sumit of keeping her trapped inside an endless cycle of lies, apologies, and emotional manipulation. She said every time she started healing from the past, another betrayal appeared and reopened the same wounds again. Sumit eventually became emotional himself and admitted he felt overwhelmed by pressure from both sides. He confessed that his family continued pushing him to change his life and move toward what they considered a more acceptable future. Hearing that devastated Jenny even more because it confirmed her biggest fear. She immediately asked Sumit whether he secretly regretted choosing her over his family all these years. Sumit hesitated before answering, and that hesitation completely shattered Jenny emotionally. Tears rolled down her face while she quietly admitted she finally understood why she never felt fully secure in the relationship. According to Jenny, a part of Sumit had always belonged to his family's expectations, no matter how much he claimed to love her. The emotional atmosphere inside the apartment became heartbreaking. At one point, Jenny walked into the bedroom and started packing some of her belongings while cameras followed closely behind. Sumit rushed after her, begging her not to leave, but Jenny refused to stop. She said she needed space because she could no longer handle the constant emotional pain. Viewers watched Sumit break down as he admitted he was terrified of losing her forever. But Jenny looked emotionally exhausted and completely drained. She explained that love was no longer enough to repair years of broken trust. Later that evening, producers filmed Jenny sitting alone outside the apartment building while trying to process everything happening around her. She admitted she felt embarrassed for continuing to believe things would finally change. According to Jenny, she ignored countless warning signs because she desperately wanted their relationship to succeed. But now she feared she had sacrificed too much of her life for someone who could never fully commit to her emotionally. Meanwhile, Sumit spoke privately with producers and revealed that his family had recently increased pressure on him regarding his future, reputation, and responsibilities. Although he denied planning another marriage, he admitted the situation around him was becoming impossible to control. That confession only fueled more speculation among fans watching the episode. Toward the end of the episode, Jenny made another shocking statement that completely changed the direction of the story. She revealed she was seriously considering returning to America alone if Sumit failed to finally prove he was telling the truth. Sumit looked devastated hearing those words because for the first time their breakup felt completely real and unavoidable. The final moments of the episode became even more dramatic when producers teased an upcoming confrontation involving one of Sumit's family members who was allegedly ready to reveal hidden details about private conversations happening behind Jenny's back for months. The preview ended with Jenny saying she feared the biggest betrayal had not even been exposed yet.